Alright, so hey there, so today I'll be teaching you the incredibly basic things of After Effects, which includes how to make basic transitions and how to make the really easy transitions. Alright, so let's import our two clips in. I'm using, I need to change my composition settings. Oopsies, wrong tool. Change it back to fit. Now I'm gonna adjust my composition settings, and I'm gonna change this to this Instagram size, and I'm gonna make this 6 seconds. Alright, so now we have made our composition and everything. Now we will be selecting these two clips. I do this and this and control, and then I click on the other clip. Then I drag them onto this comp one thing. Now I'm gonna click on S on my keyboard and zoom them in. I'm on quarter rendering, and when you're on quarter rendering, it is a lot more easier to render fully, and my PC isn't that good, so that's why I prefer quarter rendering. Now I'm going to move my clip around, make some adjustments, whatever I want. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to split my clip some. Now I'm going to add motion blur. I don't need to add motion blur, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-compose them separately. Click on move all attributes into new composition. Do the same for this one. Move all attributes into the new composition. Alright, so this button over here is to mark. I usually mark my beats with it. So I'm gonna split my clip all the way here. I'm gonna mark it here and pretend, oh god, I don't know where to split my clip again. I can right click on this and click on go to marker time. Now I'm gonna split this in half. Alright, and I'm gonna add motion blur. If this thing is like this, click on the toggle switches / modes, and boom, it will be like this. Then you wanna click on this and these. These are motion blur. Motion blur is basically the thing that makes your edit looks amazing. So this is the 3D cube. So 3D cube, that means 3D. So okay, so pretend I'm gonna go on rotation. I can move it if like this. I can move it around like that. Really cool. But we won't be doing that today. I'll be teaching you a little bit of it. Alright, so we'll firstly begin with a little zoom in transition. This is very easy. Click on S on your keyboard and click on the stopwatch. Now you want to move your thing, the blue thing, a little away, this thing, a little away from this keyframe. And I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to click on this star. Okay, so I'm going to go here. And what I want to add is motion tile. So search up motion tile on your effects and presets and add them onto the clip. Go to output width and make it 500, and output height and make it 500. Now you want to click on mirror edges and boom. Now we're going to control C and control V it. Now boom, voila. So if I zoom out this, it looks okay. I'm gonna click. If I zoom out this, it looks really nice. Alright, so for here, I want to make it 250. Now I'm gonna click on S and click on the stopwatch here, and I'm gonna move it a little bit to this side. Now I'm gonna make this 44. Now let's render. As you can see, it doesn't look quite nice. It doesn't look that nice. So if you can see, it doesn't look nice, honestly. So this is what we're going to do. We have a thing called graphs. Now you want to select these 4 keyframes, F and F9, or what I usually do is, or what you can do is right click on one of them, go on keyframe assistant, and go on easy ease. Now you want to click on this graph editor button, and you should get this. You should get this. So what I recommend doing is to just simply do one by one. So we're going to begin from here. Now we're going to click on our graph editor, and you can do this. I click on this button to fill out all the edges to zoom in perfectly, or you can just zoom out a little bit and just make it look a little bit clearer for you. Now follow my graph. Alright, now we're going to go on this graph. Now for this one, follow my graph again. Alright, so we're going to select these two graphs, and I'm going to tell you why I did it like this. Alright, the reason I did it like this is because when you go up here, and it's right here, it won't make a sudden change. It would just continue on the flow. Let's render. So you see here, it looks really nice. It looks really nice, look. It's a little bit laggy because my computer isn't that good, so I'll change it to half rendering. Really cool, right? So, but it looks a little bit plain, so we're gonna adjust those graphs. So we're gonna go on here and we're gonna adjust it a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna adjust them a little bit. Here we go, looks a bit nicer. But still, the opening looks a little bit plain. So what I want to do over here, I'm gonna adjust this thing again. It's a little bit too slow. I'm gonna make it more fast. Now for this clip, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this again. And so what I want to do over here is that it looks really weird and I don't want it to be straightforward. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna move this a little bit to the left, and I'm gonna drag this down. So when you do that, it goes like this. Looks a lot better, right? Look. It looks a lot more, and it looks really a lot more better. Put a little bit more down. But I wanted to go a bit too far, so I'm gonna adjust my graph a little bit. There we go. We have a simple little smooth zoom in transition. If we didn't have motion blur, it would look like this. It looks choppy, but if we add motion blur, it doesn't look as choppy. But at the same time, it looks really nice. Alright, let's move on to our next transition. Alright, so we'll be doing a rotation transition. So so at the same time, go to marker time, and I'm going to click on these two rotation. Now I'm gonna go towards here, put another keyframe on this clip, and go towards here and put another keyframe. So this one is about negative numbers. Alright, so we're gonna double click on this one, and we're going to make it 80. Make sure you have motion toggle on. And this one, we're going to make it negative 80. Because if we do that, we get this. So you see it looks smooth. So now we're going to ease them. And for this one, we're going to go to speed graph. So we're going to go on edit speed graph. And we're going to pull these two edges to here. Oopsies. And to undo, just Control Z. Very easy. Now I'm going to pull this towards here. Alright, let's see. It looks really cool. So we're going to go on our value graph. And what we're going to do is, it looks decent, I know. Looks decent. It looks okay, but we're going to adjust the graphs a little bit. So I'm going to go like this. You can adjust them if you want to, but I'm just going to adjust them because I want to. Alright, let's see. Take a look. Very smooth. Really smooth. I love the transitions. Really cool. But I'm just going to adjust them a little bit more. And there you go. Alright, so we learned the rotation. Really cool and really nice. Now we're gonna go on to our next transition. So this one will be a position transition. Oopsies. Okay, now we're gonna go on P. So as you can see here, I can't really move him. It's like this. So we're gonna right click on the position and we're gonna click on separate dimensions. So the separate dimensions button makes them separate. And if you make the cube thing, it makes it Z. Now we're gonna click on separate dimensions and we will begin. Now, so I'm going to do an X position. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over here or something, and I'll be adjusting it to where I want it to go. So I want to go here. So if I'm doing an X position to the way here, I have to move it here. But you have to move in the middle of the clip. You must. Okay? Alright, so now we're on this clip, and we're going to go on the position, and we're going to go to the opposite side and go on the middle again here. And I'm just going to zoom out, and I'm going to make it to the original one. So as you can see here, this is what I get. It doesn't look that nice, but we're going to go on graphs. So F and F9, I usually do that, or you can just go on keyframe assisted, easy ease. I'm gonna go on this, and you will see this. Alright, so what I want to do is to follow my graph. Follow my graph. Feel free to pause the video. Alright, let's take a look. Really smooth, it looks really nice just like that. If it was Y position, it was the opposite side, then you do this, but you do this first and then you do this. Alright, so we're gonna try a Y rotation. We're going to try a Y rotation. No, not a Y position. Y positioned one. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it here. Oopsie doopsies. Okay. Here we go. Now we're gonna go on here and we're going to pretend I want to do it bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll to the bottom. Move this keyframe to where I want it. Oh, got it perfect. And I would like where the marker is. And for the Y position one, we're going to go to the opposite side. So this one would be up. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna put this to the original one. So as you can see here, a bit weird. I don't like it much. So I'm gonna easy ease them. Again, you can do it like this. Oopsies, forgot. Easy ease. Keyframe assisted, easy ease. Now you can see this. So what we're going to, it will be bottom to top. So the top one always has to be like this. It always has to be like that. And the bottom one always has to be like this. So always separate dimensions when you're doing a position transition. So let's take a look at this. Really cool, but I think we could make this a bit better. So as mentioned before, we're gonna pull this a little bit up, up more to the up, and there we go. See, it looks a lot more better. So those are the 4 transitions I taught you today. If you need to pause or you have to watch these videos again, feel free to. Have a great day and see you next time. Bye. It's Marsha over here. Bye.